headphones, earbuds, their own laptop, their own tablet, iPads, whatever. I'll be able to use my Chromebook.
We would like to welcome everyone to Pioneer Baseball Field's annual Heroes Game. This evening's United Kansas Conference matchup features the visiting Wildcats of Soto, Kansas, and your Leavenworth Pioneers. A hero is defined as a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, and noble qualities. Today, we recognize two men who personify the word hero in every sense of the word. Our first honoree is the late Tank USA, now retired, who served as an infantryman in the United States Army for 30 years. He was a combat veteran, serving in some of the most hostile regions around the world. After his retirement, Foreman and his family settled in Leavenworth, Kansas, to start their new life outside of the military. It was during this time that Marshall began to shape his legacy as more than a distinguished military officer, but also as a man who would positively influence the lives of everyone he met. This is Foreman unable to be here tonight due to prior commitment. It will be 9 years this June since we lost a friend, mentor, hero, and the Leavenworth community lost a tremendous advocate due to success. Hank's legacy lives on not only through his family, but through the scholarship fund started in his name. Every year, the Tank Memorial Scholarship is awarded to 10 Leavenworth High School student athletes who plan to pursue post-secondary education, military service, or available, not yet earned the rank of general. Chuck's military accomplishments and legacy, as decorated as they are overshadowed by his legacy as a husband and father. His love of country paled in comparison to the love he had for his wife and children. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field Mrs. Janelle Rambo and her sons, Elliot and Sam. Chuck Pioneer baseball team, and there are three young men suited up for the Pioneers today. Here's Gray, Aaron Phillips, and Wade Shoemaker, who were directly impacted by Colonel Rambo's influence. These three young men and their teammates from various schools in the area will never forget the weekend when Chuck passed. They were playing in a weekend baseball without their coach, who they all knew wasn't feeling well. They won two games on that Friday in pool play to set themselves up for a run as tournament bracket play. Next day, Saturday, they heard the news that their coach had passed away. The tears in their eyes painted their face. This group of young men played as well as they ever had and ended the weekend as tournament champions. That weekend, they embodied the spirit of Coach Rambo by showing resilience to preserve a true testament to both the young men and their great coach. Our pioneers values of commitment, impact Chuck made on our program. Colonel Rambo's legacy lives on in our community through the Chuck Rambo Memorial Fund. Memorial Fund is a generous legacy lives on through all the players who wear the Pioneer uniform on the field each spring. In an effort ready, Sam. Fire and strike. Ladies and gentlemen, remembrance of our servicemen and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice to defend the ideals and freedom of our great nation. Thank you. And then I think the visiting Wildcats. Soto is one.
Pioneer Baseball on PTV. Here on a Monday afternoon. It's a little bit chilly here at first pitch, 64 degrees. I'm David Kemp alongside Brennan Spalding as the Pioneers are celebrating their heroes here today. This game being played in honor of the late Chuck Rambo and Tank Foreman, both coaches in the Leavenworth baseball community, and their passings in the last several years have left holes in the hearts of Pioneer baseball community. Brennan, this is a great tribute for the Pioneers, but I think the best way for them to live out those two men's legacy would be to go get a win tonight like they always did when they were in the dugout with them.
I mean, it's definitely going to be a tough one. You got the 12-5 DeSoto team against this Pioneer baseball team, but Pioneers have been looking very, very strong in these past few games, and they've been able to walk away with wins and even more wins.
The entire 12U baseball team is in attendance tonight, funded by the Chuck Rambo Foundation. And if you're in the area, make sure to come on down because half or a large portion of the proceeds from the concessions here tonight will be going towards the Chuck Rambo Foundation. Pioneers in the special olive tops tonight to honor our heroes with the American flag tail coming off of that Leavenworth script. DeSoto Wildcats coming into this one with the gray V-neck pullovers. They have the stylized Old English D on their green caps. Jack Cole will step into the batter's box. Pierce Gray on the mound. Neither pitcher will be batting today. Designated hitters in tune for this matchup. First pitch of the ball game, lined right at Davin Kuntz out there, and that will be the first out of the ball game. Great way to get this one started here. Hard contact off of Pierce Gray, but ultimately it's just allowed out number one, the line out. One away. Weigman in the batter's box. Not as aggressive as he will watch the first pitch go by for a ball. Oh, first pitch go by for a called strike. One out already. Swing and a miss for strike two, and Pierce Gray looking to set him down on 3 straight strikes. Gray bearing down. Weigman watches another one go by. This one was inside on the hands. The Pioneers are looking to avenge their last game from March 28th. This one misses outside. 4-2, DeSoto won that one just a little bit over a month ago. And the Pioneers have looked good since then. Foul tipped, he will stay alive as Simon wasn't able to corral that one.
The 2-2 count.
Gray, the pitch. Had to get out of the way of that one. Count runs full on Bo Weigman. One away here to start. The Pioneer pitcher comes home with it. Popped up down the first baseline. That one will get just out of play as Kuntz runs out of room at the wall. Defensive alignment for the Pioneers. You've got Julian Simon behind the dish with Aaron Phillips, Anthony Giammalva, Frank Giammalva, and Noah Davis around the horn. Out there in right field, you've got Davin Kuntz, Gabe Fryman in center, and Mason Shoemaker out there in left. The payoff offering. That one hit him. And after getting plunked on a ball that was thrown so hard it bounced all the way up to our camera perch. Brand new tripod, by the way. Good angle for this matchup. DeSoto has a base runner on the hit by pitch. Pierce Gray, if he wants to work deep into this ball game, has got to do a better job of just finishing at bat strong. He went up 0-2 in that count, but he just let Weigman battle back into a full count and just didn't have any control there to end it. First pitch to Hopkins is low. having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone after the start of the inning was really strong in that front. Pick on down to first will get into foul territory. Aaron Phillips wasn't able to pick that one. And now the Wildcats have a runner on second after the error. I think if you're Pierce Gray over there on the hill, Brennan, you got to just focus on the batter in front of you. You don't want to get too rattled.
Definitely also have to just trust the arm and cannon of Julian Simon. He can throw just about anybody out, and Pierce Gray delivers that ball to him very fast.
Gray checks on the runner. He will come home. This one, line drive out to Shoemaker and left. He's back on the warning track and will make the catch at the wall. Throws it flat-footed into the cutoff man. Giamalva sends it to Noah Davis, holding Weichman right where he is at second. 1-2 away after the fly out to left. Cleanup hitter now for the Wildcats, batting with the runner in scoring position. Isaac Thompson, number 20. The first offering to the third baseman, delayed offering, is going to miss low. 2 away. Little bit of traffic with Gray having a runner on second to worry about. This one, sharp line drive out to first. It will get just outside the reach of Aaron Phillips. Throw will come home, not in time. Throw down to second, and Giamalva gets him out on the tag. Run comes across to score for the Pioneers, but Julian Simon is able to stop the threat right there. DeSoto pulls ahead 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first.
Third base, Justin Bodie. Leading off the bottom of the first for Leavenworth. Catcher number 11, Julian.
Leavenworth getting their first chance to bat here. They are down 1-0 after the RBI single from Isaac Thompson gave the Wildcats an early lead. They will be facing Hudson Boyer here today on Military Appreciation Night. First pitch of the game from Boyer is hit on a line out to left. And despite the sharp contact, Julian Simon not able to find green grass out there. Line out is the first out of the ball game, and Boyer on the first pitch already has a man gone. 1 ball, no strikes. Giamalva in the right-handed box. The righty comes home with it and checks his swing. Anthony Giamalva thought about it, but he saw that late break and was able to hold off. Next pitch is in there for ball 3. And he has worked a productive hitter's count early on here. Shows bunt, pulls back for strike 1. Finally able to find the zone is Boyer. Still a hitter's count, though, for Giammalva. The offering. Sharp liner out to left. This one will get down. Anthony Giammalva with a one-out single will bring up the shortstop, Frankie Giammalva, with the runner on. Good.
Definitely in lefty's wonderland over here as the wind is blowing straight out to right field today.
If Frankie Giammalva could get on here, then just like you were talking about, Noah Davis, the left-handed bat in the on-deck circle, could be even more serious of a threat than he already is every time he comes up to the plate. He already has 2 bombs on the year. Frankie Giammalva, the man in the batter's box, has 3. Anthony goes. Throw on to second is offline. And diving in there with a head-first slide is Anthony Giammalva with the stolen base. Frankie gets set now with the runner in scoring position after the steal.
Has the chance to bring his own little brother home.
Boyer throws down to second, and that one got him on the hand. You can see Anthony Giammalva in a little bit of pain down there. That one has got to hurt. Got him like right on one of those tiny little bones.
As his little brother is in the crowd tonight. The whole Giammalva family is here. 2 players on varsity and their little brother is playing on the youth team.
Pitch. Watches one go by, staying alive, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner on second, 1 away. Both line drives have gone out to left as he watches another one go down. Simons hung up there just long enough for Tanner Cryer to make a great play on it, but Anthony was able to find some grass. This one lined to center, and Anthony had to hold up a little bit, so that one probably won't bring him home. He will stay put at third. Runners at the corners now for Noah Davis. Back-to-back singles have the Pioneers in order, with Noah Davis at the dish. Climbing into the left-handed batter's box now. He's hitting .354 on the year with a .708 slug. So if he could make some contact and find a gap, or better yet, send one over the wall, that would easily put the Pioneers in front. Boyer coming home with it. This one gets fouled away. Good look for Davis facing a righty on the mound. That's definitely a good arm angle for him to mash. Hudson Boyer checks on the runner, and Frankie gets down without a tag being applied. Gets set again with them at the corners. Frankie will take second without a throw, and now 2 Pioneers are in scoring position for Noah Davis. Second stolen base of the inning. Both of the Giammalva brothers running circles around the DeSoto Wildcats. Davis, line drive out to right field. Should be enough to bring the runner home. Anthony tags. He will come in to score. Leavenworth ties it up as the Wildcats and Pioneers trade punches here in inning number 1. Sacrifice fly for Noah Davis is his 18th RBI on the year, tying him for the team lead.
And now up number 9, Gabe Fryman has the most hits in UKC and the state of Kansas for 5A baseball.
577 batting average. First pitch to Fryman is in there for a strike. It makes you wonder why we don't have him batting higher in the order. But, you know, with all the production you've been getting, Pioneers sitting at 11-6 right now, with most of those wins coming more recently. As that one gets hit down to first. That will not be an out, or that will not be a hit for Fryman, as Weichman takes it to the bag himself for out number 3. Wildcats and Pioneers exchange points on the scoreboard, as the one run from the Noah Davis sacrifice fly is all Leavenworth was able to get. We go to inning number 2. Jackson Perky getting into the box now. Tie ball game, inning number 2. First pitch, check swing. He went around. Gray on the hill. Comes home with it. That one misses the outside part of the plate. Might be a setup pitch, though, as Simon looks pretty happy with the placement of that one. Maybe he'll come in on the hands and try to jam him here. Instead, he will stay on the outside part of the plate. Shows how much I know. That battery, though, Julian Simon has really just been a great catcher to work with for this entire pitching staff. Another one misses low.
3-1.
Trying to do something with number 0. Gray. Called. Strike 2 makes the count full. Tanner Cryer on deck. The pitch from Gray. Hit right back up the middle. Had to do a little sidestep to get out of the way. Ankle biter will get into center field for a base hit. And Jackson Perky is on board with Tanner Cryer stepping into the box. He got a lot of action out there in the field in the last inning. This is his first time getting tested at the plate. Runner on first. First offering. Just missed low. That one looked good to me. Gray coming home with it. Misses for ball 2. Checking on the runner. He'll throw down. Aaron Phillips getting down on a knee to keep that one from scooting by him like what happened in the first inning. Gray coming home. This one on a line drive out to left. It will get down in front of Shoemaker. Throwing it into his cutoff man. Runners are at first and second with nobody gone.
Update it.
Number 24, Tucker Lee, into the box now. Back-to-back singles give him some ducks on the pond to try and bring in. Shows bunt. He offered at it, but couldn't quite get it down. 0-1. Lee back into the box, cocks the bat. Little bit above his shoulder. Gets bunting again, and now he'll have to be swinging as the count is 0-2. Lee a little bit intimidated by that Pierce Gray fireball. He checks on the runner over there at second and comes home. Fouled away, just staying alive is Tucker Lee. Put himself in an 0-2 hole after getting nothing but air on each of those first two bunt attempts. First and second, nobody gone. Gray coming home. Swing and a miss. He had him looking silly there. Base occupied, so the drop third strike will be an automatic out. And Simon sends it back to Pierce Gray. Filthy stuff out of the right-hander.
That curveball went straight into the ground. Nice job by Julian Simon not letting it get past him for the runners on first and second to advance.
One away now after the dropped third strike. Checking down to second. And coming home with it is Gray. Line drive out to center. Into the gap. The left fielder Shoemaker will get under it and hold the runners right where they are. 2 away now, and after some early traffic, Pierce Gray is 1 out away from getting out of it after a little bit of hard hit ball luck. You rarely are trying to go into an at bat hoping for contact like that, but it worked out in his favor that time. Nico Martinez, glove first second baseman in the 9-hole here today as he will step into the box. First pitch from Gray, a called strike at the knees. Gray just trying to find anything that works. Another fireball right past him for a strike. Just pumping the heat. I like the game plan, Brennan. Just make him catch up to your cheese.
Definitely think a nice off speed is going to come right here. And he blew it right by him to go to the bottom of the second.
Nico Martinez goes down on strikes, and after a little bit of early traffic had the Pioneers on their heels, we will go to the bottom of the second.
And Carter Pro steps in to the batter's box. Strike one. Carter Pro has been a very sensational hitter when the team needs it. He had that crazy walk-off against Lansing a few weeks ago, and he leaves that one outside for ball one.
Yeah, Brendan, he's definitely got that clutch gene. I think my single favorite sports moment at Leavenworth this year for me had to be that walk-off.
As he rips that one right over the right fielder's head, all the way to the fence. Carter Pro digging for third. He stands up at second.
Stand-up double for Carter Pro. Puts someone in scoring position for Davin Kuntz, the right fielder.
Number 5, Gavin Coon.
Kuntz with a chance to do some damage here.
as he tries to bunt, but that one goes foul for strike one.
I like the idea. You've got Aaron Phillips behind him, who is great at putting the ball in play. Just a little bit of small ball to try to push another runner across the plate. That ended up being the method in a close matchup last time.
As Davin Coons leaves that one down for the Worms.
4-2 was the score back on March 28th, part of a 13-game losing streak for the Pioneers against the Wildcats, something they're trying to break tonight.
Davin Coons, 1-2 count. Gonna try and fight these next pitches off or put the ball in play.
Comes home with it.
He rips that one.
Opposite field line drive puts runners at the corners for number 31, Aaron Phillips. And now early on, the Pioneers have already doubled their hit total from the last meeting. They only scored 2 runs on 2 hits in that entire 7-inning affair. They've already got 4 hits in the first 2 innings here today. They've done a much better job at putting the ball in play efficiently.
You got runners on first and third, nobody out, and number 31, Aaron Phillips, steps up as the DeSoto coach.
Having a little bit of a chat with the right-hander. He's been knocked around a good bit here in the early innings. He has yet to record a strikeout. He is just not missing bats. Leavenworth, I don't know if it's the arm angle or the stuff, but they're just seeing the ball really well out of his hand right now, Brennan.
I mean, I definitely think that this game means a lot to everybody on this Pioneer, a part of this Pioneer organization, not just this baseball team. You have the whole community showing up for these two great men who lost their lives, unfortunately. But this varsity Pioneer baseball team has done a great job of showing their remembrance in this great baseball game so far.
Boyer checking down to first. Throw home is in there for a strike. On the left side of the chest, a TMR patch to honor Tank Foreman, and on the right side, the circle, Chuck Rambo, father of varsity starter before his injury, Oliver Rambo. Means just a little bit more, not just for their coach, but also just playing on a team of his son. Just wanting to win that for him. Runners at the corners now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Game still tied, but the Pioneers are in order after back-to-back base hits. Kuntz goes. Swing and a miss. Throw on down. Will get him caught in no man's land. Kuntz not able to get down in time, and the tag from Martinez had him beat by a mile. 1 away on the caught stealing. Excellent throw down from Whedon.
I mean, I definitely think that that second baseman was right there. Davin Coons was about 5 feet away from the bag.
Yeah, there was no avoiding that tag.
So you have Carter Pro on third and Aaron Phillips with the 1-2 count.
Swung on and hit to the opposite field. Back towards the corner, it is a foul ball.
I think if that one had stayed fair, that one would have been gone. That one had a lot of distance.
It went way beyond the 325 sign. I'm with you, Brennan. I think if it was just a little bit more on time, but Aaron Phillips just a little bit late on the heater. We'll do it again. Watches the 1-2 go by. Wild pitch brings in Carter Pro, and the Leavenworth Pioneers have taken a 2-1 lead over the Wildcats. Excellent job of just advancing the runners, a little bit of small ball, putting the ball in play, and the perseverance brings a man home on the wild pitch.
And now thinking about it, I think they tried to do a little hit and run with Davin getting thrown out because Aaron definitely, that was a ball. As that one is too, to make the count full.
And I also think they might not have been expecting the catcher to throw down there with the runner on third. It looked like it caught Kuntz by surprise a little bit. Wasn't quite running at full steam. Ball 4 puts Aaron Phillips aboard with Mason Shoemaker stepping into the batter's box. Batting ninth, he'll try to flip the lineup card over.
The left fielder has done his job, not letting a single ball touch the ground out there.
And you know, he's really made the most of his opportunity, filling in for Oliver Rambo out with the season-ending hand surgery. But all that extra varsity playing time, I've really seen him improve as a player. The junior will have one more year in the program. He's not moving away. Opposite field in foul territory, it will fall just outside the reach of left fielder Tanner Cryer. Shoemaker in an 0-2 count now. Phillips on first. Kuntz was thrown out, so just the lone base runner for the Pioneers. Throw comes in and will miss outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Julian Simon on deck. And going through a little bit of a slump right now. Looks like he's taken a few hacks with Noah Davis's bat, which has honestly, Brennan had a lot more hits in it. He's the team RBI leader right now. Strike 3 goes by. Mason Shoemaker will take a seat on the bench. Simon trading off with Shoemaker. He'll take that bat after getting a few cuts in the on-deck circle. He will just stick with what he's consistently used throughout the year. Runner on, 2 gone. Throw down, tag applied, not in time.
Aaron Phillips able to dive back in there.
That one will plunk him. So after the called strike 3, maybe Boyer was getting a little bit too comfortable with the large strike zone from the umpires. Thought maybe that one way inside would get called. Instead, Simon gets in the way of that one.
And Hudson Boyer has definitely been using his curveball. You can just see it cut across the zone. It is a great pitch, but
it's a great pitch when it's on, but if he's locating it like that, it's not going to go too well.
As Hudson Boyer steps off the mound and Jack Dunlap comes in to pinch run for Julian Simon.
The DeSoto Wildcats perhaps looking to just get a little bit more consistency out there on the bump, as Boyer has just looked really rattled through these first 2 innings.
And a fun fact here, the head coach of DeSoto's baseball team is the father of the pitching coach at Leavenworth High School, Jackson Thamer.
A little bit of a family affair here. I'm sure for the Pioneers, Jackson Thamer always loves beating his dad. So that's got to be a motivating factor here in this game. And also just breaking that 13-game losing streak against DeSoto. They've essentially ran the UKC for the last several years now, along with Piper. They've kind of been trading punches, but Leavenworth trying to stick their foot in the door. We will take a break as the Wildcats will warm up the relief pitcher.
And we're back as Jacob Norman comes in and Anthony Giamalva is in the box.
Runners at first and second after the hit by pitch. Simon trotted back to the dugout to start getting the catcher's gear on with Jack Dunlap, the speedy shortstop, middle infielder, running. Pitch to Giamalva, picked down to first, and not quite able to get back in time. Caught out there in the middle of nowhere, and Anthony Giamalva just couldn't get back. Little bit too risky there on the base paths. 2-1 ball game. Pioneers still in front. We go to the third. Leavenworth Pioneers with a 2-1 lead now as the lineup card resets for DeSoto. Jack Cole lined out sharply to Davin Kuntz in his first AB, getting another go at it. First pitch in there for a strike. Pierce Gray has really settled in after the hit by pitch came across the score in the first. He's looked a lot more sharp since then.
Stop.
Looping curveball in there for another strike. Good job mixing in that off speed with his overpowering fastball. 0-2. Just missed the top of the zone. Next one misses in the dirt. Count is even at 2-2 on Jack Cole.
Pierce Gray working his magic here.
3-2. He'll have to pull off a full Houdini as the count runs full. Offering. Misses high. That's the second time this ball game that he's put a runner on after starting 0-2. He really just needs to work on finishing what he started. He looks so confident with his stuff to start these at-bats, but he just can't seem to find the put-away pitch. So Jack Cole gets aboard after Pierce Gray couldn't quite get that secret sauce on the heater.
And now the first baseman, Bo.
Wiegman, sharp line drive into the bullpen. It will get foul, and he'll have his relief corps getting a little bit jumpy out there. Gray working deeper into the ball game than Boyer did, as this one is in there just high. I don't know about that one, Brennan. It looked pretty middle to me.
That looks like I could. That looks like a ball that you could just hammer.
I don't think you could walk over there and put it on a tee much better than that. But umpire had a different prescription lens than I do. 2-1 Pioneer lead, debuting the olive tops here today. Throw down, and not gonna get him. Wildcats never actually hosted the Pioneers in like an isolated game, as this one gets ripped out to Kuntz. It is gonna get over his head and out of here. Bo Wiegman, after the hit by pitch in his first at-bat, sends one oppo taco to give the DeSoto Wildcats a lead. 3-1 ball game as the gray uniformed man will come back across. 3-2 lead, excuse me. Leavenworth still very much in this ball game, but that's got to be a blow for a pitcher who was really starting to build that confidence back up after a bit of a rocky go at it in the first inning. Julian Simon having a chat with his starter. Pierce Gray really just trying to settle in and lock down the next few batters. As a pitcher in any league, you really need to just have the memory of a goldfish, Brennan. Just put it behind you. All you can focus on is the batter standing 60 feet, 6 inches away. Gray coming home again.
That one is strike two. Pierce Gray, I think, definitely got a little fired up as after that home run, just hungry. He looks to be speeding through his pitches as that one is fouled off. I mean,
Still nobody gone, but he is definitely pitching with a little bit more juice in that elbow.
I definitely would be, okay, I need to get these 3 outs right here, right now. And he almost gets him on that low curveball.
Nobody on. Nobody out. Pop up. That one will get over there onto the walking path. Almost knocked out a pedestrian there. Not phased at all.
Didn't even look up for the ball.
Honestly, I that takes some guts in my opinion, Brennan. To just keep on walking when you hear heads being yelled at you. It's either exceptionally brave or exceptionally foolish. That time he just kept on walking with plenty of aura. 2-2 count. Gray trying to avoid falling behind in another 2-strike count. This one goes high, and yet again he runs it full after getting an 0-2 start. He just really has to do a better job of finishing the at-bats he starts.
I mean, one, if you can get him out in 3 pitches, that's great. But also, like,
Line drive up the middle. Fryman, diving catch. Did he come up with it? Yes, he did. What a play by Gabe Fryman. Put that one on Sports Center. Excellent job getting on his horse. A little bit of knuckleball action as that ball kind of hung up there for a long time, but he's able to adjust and make a diving catch to keep a runner off the base paths. And Brennan, as a center fielder yourself, you know how hard those line drives are to compose yourself and corral, especially when you only have like 1 to 3 seconds before that's going to drop.
I mean, there's just so many things that go into that catch. You got to know. You got to get to the spot first. And Gabe Fryman looked as if he read it like a book. But with this wind, it's definitely even more difficult to read.
We have been spoiled with high 70s weather for much of April. One of the more beautiful summers I can recall here in Kansas. But a little bit of a chillier night here today. 61 degrees, but the wind chill is making it feel even cooler.
As for the first time tonight, Pierce Gray will have to battle back in the count as the count goes to 3-0.
Feels like it's 53 right now. The 3-0 to Thompson is a called strike one. You know what they say, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. How about we just get 2 more strikes, Brennan? Gray coming home with it again. This one popped up. Should be a routine play. Giamalva over to his right. He camps under it and will make the catch. 2 away. And after the walk and home run to lead off the inning, Pierce Gray has done a good job at minimizing the damage so far. Back-to-back routine outs. And now we go to Jackson Perky's spot in the order. He singled in his first AB. Perky, swing and a miss. He didn't go all the way around, but it was just enough for the umpire to call it a strike without even an appeal.
That ball was also definitely in there, in that bottom left corner if you're Pierce Gray throwing the pitch. Absolutely painted.
3-2 game. That one gets fouled right into the pants section of Julian Simon. That one couldn't feel good. Julian going back and handing the ball back to his pitcher Sandlot style as he's just taking a jog around trying to get a little bit more comfortable there. Back into his crouch. Gray trying to finish the AB. Misses outside. Count is even.
Pierce Gray definitely one of the aces on this Pioneer baseball team. Able to start any game and do a great job as that one is called for strike 3 to end the inning.
Backwards K for Pierce Gray is his third strikeout of the game. 3-2, Leavenworth trails after the Bo Weigman opposite field homer. Bottom of the third we go, 3-2. Leavenworth currently finding themselves on the wrong end of this back and forth affair. Already 3 lead changes, and we're not even an hour into this game. 3-2, Leavenworth still very much in it here on Military Appreciation Night. Frankie Giamova on deck. Anthony at the plate. Shows bunt on the first pitch. Umpire rings him up for a strike even though he pulled it back. A little bit of a trend I've noticed, Brennan. They seem to be all season trying to manufacture ball calls by showing bunt and then pulling back. This umpire a little bit too smart for that trick.
As Anthony Giammalva has to fight the 0-2 now.
Norman, grounder to third, throw on to first. Good pick over there at first by Wiegman. He showed us the bat in the top of the third, and then here in the bottom of the frame, flashing the leather for us.
I mean, it looked to me like his heel came off the bag a little bit, but the umpire did not see that, and he has a much better view than I do over here.
No replay review here in the UKC. Maybe one day. That one called strike on Frankie Giammalva.
UKC umpires having a jolly time calling balls and strikes tonight.
Opposite field missile out to right. It will get down at the warning track. They're gonna say it was just foul. That one looked about as fair as it gets to me.
Just stole candy from a Frankie.
Again, hard to judge from where we're sitting behind home plate. But I swear I saw a good bit of orange in between the baseball and the chalk lines.
I mean, that one definitely looked like it bounced, hit the fence, and then went over foul. But Umpire definitely saw something different again.
It gives Frank Giammalva a chance to step back in now, though.
Battling an 0-2 count.
Pitch. Opposite field again. This one a little bit more convincingly foul. Over there towards the concession stands, giving them plenty to clean up.
Concession stand is giving half of their profits to these foundations for this.
Chuck Rambo Foundation, after the late Colonel Chuck Rambo, that foundation is funding the 12U baseball team here in Leavenworth, honoring his legacy and supporting the next generation of Pioneer baseball players. Hot shot to short, throw on to first will just get in there a step ahead of the speedy Giammalva. Noah Davis will step into the box. RBI sac fly in his first AB. He is looking to get some more production here. The only way he could get another one of those team-leading RBIs would be to send one over the fence, but if he did do that, I would not be complaining. First pitch to Davis gets a good look at the fastball. I think when they pulled Boyer out of the game, Brennan, that wasn't so much of him just struggling as it was a calculated decision, as now DeSoto's Jacob Norman is fresh. Next one from Norman. Misses low. Little bit of the opener strategy for me. Norman coming home with it. Inside, that one almost hit him. But they're going to say it got the inside black. Again, some liberal calls from the umpires here today. Fan base letting them know. Pitch from Norman. This one, hard hit out to second. Fielding it cleanly and sending it on to first is Martinez. Pioneers go 3 up, 3 down.
Right into the major shift that DeSoto had.
Yeah, they clearly have done their homework on scouting Noah Davis. 3-2 game, Pioneers trail.
Leading off the top of the fourth for DeSoto, 15, Tanner Fryer.
And we're back in the top of the fourth. Tanner Cryer leading off, batting in the 6th spot today.
He singled in his first AB. Gray trying to keep him off the base paths here. Pitch. Misses. Count runs even on Cryer, the starting left fielder today. Temperature continues to drop as the sun goes down. I'm really starting to feel that wind chill now, Brennan. Feels like temperature down to 52. 8 degrees below the actual temp.
I mean, this wind chill is just making it hard for everybody. And as we saw, Gabe Fryman's amazing diving catch out there, I think had to do some with the wind.
Taking his free pass is Cryer. He has reached base in each of his plate appearances. Last time he was stranded, though, as Gray retired 2 of the next 3 batters on a strikeout. One of those victims being Tucker Lee. Hopefully he can get a little bit more of that luck here. Runner on first, nobody gone. 3-2 ball game. DeSoto in front. Swing and a miss. DeSoto 7-4 in conference play. Leavenworth 4-4 so far. They've had less of those conference matchups than the Wildcats have.
There's going to be 2 more tomorrow and Thursday as the Pioneers take on the Seaman Vikings.
Be sure to tune into both of those games. We will be on the road tomorrow at Topeka Seaman High School before hosting the Vikings on Thursday night. Throw on down, another pickoff attempt. Cryer's a runner down there, but not able to get him caught there. Simon, one leg down, receives the ball just below the knees of Tucker Lee. And now the 2-1 count as Tucker Lee gets an eye on his coach. Perhaps a little hit and run action coming.
I'm guessing a bunt and run.
Pitch, swing, and a miss. Nobody running, nobody bunting.
Only swinging and whiffing we got over here.
And you know, those are the right kind of signs if you're the Wildcats coach. The kind of signs that the opposing team's broadcast crew can't interpret.
Definitely a lot of swipes and wipes from the DeSoto Wildcats head coach.
Gray comes home with it. Foul ball will send the runner back to first, taking a big head-first dive anyway, even after he heard contact. Having a little bit of fun down there on the base paths is Cryer. Pierce Gray trying to get the last laugh here, just looking for that put-away pitch in a 2-strike count. Throw down to Phillips, 3rd pickoff attempt of the AB. Gray comes home. Swing and a drive out to right field. No doubt about it. This has become a 3-run ball game. 2 come across for the Wildcats, 5-2. That ball was absolutely smoked. I knew it off the bat, Brennan. Pierce Gray knew it off the bat. I think everyone here in the ballpark knew it off the bat. That ball was long gone. Second bomb of the game. First of the game for Tucker Lee, as that will bring Cryer home. And Leavenworth has got to figure out this pitching situation here pretty soon before this game gets out of reach. DeSoto has owned this matchup in recent years. Leavenworth is yet to defeat them since they began annual play in 2019.
As Braden Shoemaker heads to the bullpen for the Pioneers, going into the batting cages. Pierce Gray focusing back on the batter, nobody on, nobody out. Throws absolute heat, and it sounded like it either clipped the tip of Julian Simon's glove or his elbow guard. Either way, it was a ball.
Braden Shoemaker in the pen. He's 1-0 on the year. He's yet to make a relief appearance, though. That one. And they're for a strike. In his 2 starts, though, he has pitched 7 scoreless innings. The longest active streak of any Pioneer pitcher right now. Swing and a miss. Gray just trying to settle back in. After the bomb in the last frame, he retired each of the next 3 batters in order. Hard liner to third, and it will get outside of the glove of Noah Davis. Runner at first now, as the Pioneers are yet to record an out. Gray adjusting that arm sleeve. Cold starting to get to him a little bit. Still nobody gone. DeSoto Wildcats lead by 3. as Justin Bodie will make his way to the mound. Joining him is Phillips, Simon, the Giammalva brothers, and Noah Davis. And that should do it for Pierce Gray. Manager Justin Bodie makes the trip up the hill and will take a bit of a chat with Gray. He's not taking the ball yet. He might actually be just getting this visit in to let Shoemaker warm up a little bit longer there in the pen. If you're in this situation, Brennan, do you think you're going to let Pierce Gray, who seems to be running out of gas, face Martinez?
I mean, I would definitely let him get through this bottom, and I would say he needs to record a ground out, hopefully into a double play for this Pioneer baseball team, or just a nice K to keep his momentum going. I mean, it definitely takes a toll on your mindset after two absolute bombs go off of you, both one opposite and the other just absolutely ripped over the fence.
Frank Giammalva and Anthony Giammalva make, in my opinion, the best double play combo in the conference. Showing bunt.
Noah Davis was there to catch the ball off the bat. He was playing straight up, and then he came down like water falling from the sky.
He charged hard on that one. Coming in again. Throw down to second. He is out. Julian Simon said no speeding in our school zone. Guns down the runner there. And over here at Warren, at the baseball complex, we have a ticket issued by number 11 behind the dish. 5-2 game, nobody on as Simon records out number 1.
I mean, I think that the ticket goes to number 15 for trying to steal on Julian Simon. It's definitely a crime.
Swing and a miss. And now quickly down into a 1-2 count is Nico Martinez. He's already fallen victim to the strikeout once in the second inning. Pierce Gray trying to make that his fate once again. Curveball misses high. One away. Even numbers on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one down by his feet. Curveball not working. Check down to first for a potential hit by pitch. I think that one got a little bit of the dirt before it kicked up into those New Balance kicks.
I mean, I think that it looks like he got his hands out, but he pulled back in time.
Ball 4 from Pierce Gray. Bodie still in the dugout, hasn't come across the steps yet. Shoemaker continues to work there in the pen. I think that unless something catastrophic happens, this is Gray's inning.
I mean, I think too, but we are back in the top of the order as Jack Cole has lined out to Davin Coons and got a walk. So hopefully Pierce Gray can get something going on him tonight.
This is the time more than any that you'd love to get one of those double play balls, because waiting in the on-deck circle is Bo Weigman. He took Pierce Gray deep in the last inning. One of 2 bombs, along with Tucker Lee. Leavenworth took a 2-1 lead early, but since then it's been all Wildcats.
As the check swing gets fouled off by Jack Cole to make a 1-1 count.
Cole in the box. Runner at first. Pierce Gray in the 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. That was disgusting.
That one dropped.
Had him whacking at moles there as that one burrowed its way into the ground. Julian Simon with the pick keeps it in front of him. And there's 2 gone.
Bo homered in his last AB after getting hit by pitch in his first.
1 for 1 on the day. That one skipped in there.
Julian Simon, an absolute wall back there.
You can tell there's a little bit of fatigue in that arm out there on the hill, as he is not throwing with as much velocity as he'd like to, and those breaking balls, he's not commanding them as he was back in that first and second innings. That one looked good to me.
I mean,
Umpire had a different opinion. 2
to,
0.
to add on to you, David, I definitely think that it's also his confidence boost that is coming down a little bit. I mean, 5 runs, two-run home runs. So I definitely think that Pierce Gray has done a great job, but commanding the zone is definitely something that has not gone his way per se.
Baseball's a mental game just as much as it is a physical game. Throw down to second. Tag
Absolutely.
applied. And in there safely. The swim move. Throw seemed to beat him, but a good job evading the tag there by Nico Martinez. I think it was the right call, Brennan, as he
He
was
looked like
able.
he was barely in there. I mean, it's definitely a very technical. This is the small ball of baseball. Where are you going to put your hand on the bag? Because if that was on the front side of the bag,
Good play by Anthony Giammalva. Bobbles it a little bit and can't come up with it. E4 will put a man on first. Runners at the corners now as Martinez advances to third on the error. Good job fielding it cleanly to his left, but just wasn't quite able to come up with it. And the transfer is where he dropped it. He had it nicely in his glove, but just couldn't quite transfer it and fire a strike down to first in time. Chopper to third. Throw on down, and that will do it for the top of the fourth. The 2-run jack from Tucker Lee puts 2 more on the board for the Wildcats. Leavenworth trails it 5-2. Gabe Fryman sent one on the ground to first in his first plate appearance. The Kansas 5A hits leader will try to do a little bit more with the bat like he's accustomed to in this plate appearance.
as that one is ball one at his ankles.
Fryman, just a connoisseur at putting the ball in play.
He finds a way every single time.
That one's inside as well. And Jacob Norman, who's taken the last inning and a third after Boyer was pulled out of the ball game, has done a good job at just shutting down the Pioneers wearing their olive tops today. Swing and a miss from Gabe Fryman. Count is 2-1. Carter Pro sits on deck. He came across to score after the double. He holds the lone extra base hit for the Pioneers today. Ball 3 inside. Ball 2 inside, excuse me. Count is even on the Leavenworth center fielder. Norman kicks and deals. Outside to bring the count back to full. Pro waiting on deck.
Base hit ball 4. Walker knock. The payoff pitch.
Norman misses high. And Gabe Fryman getting on base for the first time here today with a walk. And
Pro, the absolute clutch hitter coming in.
Brennan, as any player, fan, coach knows, the cardinal sin in baseball is walking the leadoff hitter. That is exactly what Jacob Norman has done. And with a dangerous set of hitters behind him, Fryman could be a threat on the base paths to potentially bring the Pioneers back into this ballgame. Pro has already doubled, as mentioned before. He has the lone extra base hit so far for an offense that has otherwise been completely shut down. Pop up over towards the practice fields, and that one probably found a puddle out there. The dirt fields are not in good shape after our torrential downpour we had last night.
The JV team was supposed to have a doubleheader against DeSoto today, but it got moved to just a single game due to the water on the field.
Check down to first is not going to get him. Yeah, I mean, last night was really something. I don't normally wake up for storms, but even that one had me a little bit rattled at 3 a.m.
Definitely thought that something was going to break.
Line drive up the middle. And one thing that is not breaking is Carter Pro's hit streak. Back-to-back knocks to start the game. And the Pioneers will go station to station with Davin Kuntz stepping into the box. He represents the tying run, and it may be a little bit early to be getting ahead of ourselves like that, but
as you said before, that cardinal sin of walking that first hitter, anything can happen now.
Back-to-back base runners. All started with Gabe Fryman, patience at the plate, working a 6-pitch walk. Kuntz shows bunt, pulls back ball 1. 5-2, DeSoto still in front, but Leavenworth is threatening. Bunt will get down, and who's going to take it? Davin Kuntz will beat it out as no throw comes in. It's like the Bermuda Triangle out there.
Bases loaded for the one and only Aaron Phillips.
Davin Kuntz sent that ball, and again, like the Bermuda Triangle, it went in there and just couldn't come out.
I mean,
as you had the catcher wide on, you had third baseman Thompson, and the pitcher Norman. Neither of them were able to come up with it.
the third baseman had to stay back in his defense as Gabe Fryman, with the speed on the bases, was easily going to be there if the third baseman had crashed. And I think that the pitcher was expecting it to go to the right as a sacrifice bunt.
None of them committed, and now the bases are loaded as a result. Pioneers are not complaining. Bunt starting to make a little bit of a interruption there from the umpire, signaling to the fans not to mess with live balls. Good word of advice in the stands. Hit to the opposite field. That will bring a runner home. Aaron Phillips with the RBI ground out will bring Mason Shoemaker up to the plate with one gone. 5-3 game as the Pioneers have the tying run on second base with Mason Shoemaker at the plate. He struck out in his first debut. Line drive up the middle. This will bring another man home. And Shoemaker just inside the bag. He was able to not quite beat it out. I think the throw got him by just a step, Brennan.
Yeah, definitely number 27, Bo Wigan, is definitely shown up for this heck of a baseball game. I mean, he two-run home run,
And
showing his big old glove there, just trapping everything that comes his way.
the big thumper has done a good job at showing the leather as well. He would probably be my MVP if I had to crown one right now. But the Pioneers have a runner at third. This one's sent out to short. Simon, he will not quite get there in time. Throw beat him by half a step, but the Pioneers pull within one. 5-4 ball game. DeSoto still in front. Number 29, Braden Shoemaker, is on the mound now for the Pioneers. In 7 innings of work so far, he has held the Washington Wildcats and the last team he faced scoreless. We'll have to go back and look into that one.
Topeka West, he got the start.
Topeka West, that was the last game, Brennan. That's why we need your insight here. Color commentary. That one ripped to the opposite field. Rude awakening
As
for
his,
him.
as his
Mason Shoemaker, though, with the snow cone catch, bailed him out of some hard contact.
the little brother there to save the big brother.
You know, this team is just such a family affair. You've got, of course, the Giammalva brothers, my favorite double play combination. So fun to watch out there. And then Shoemaker dealing on the mound with Mason, his brother, out there starting in left.
I mean,
Well,
family within a family is what this Pioneer baseball team is all about.
Shoemaker coming home. Got him jammed there. That is a pitch that does not feel good on a chilly night like today. Vibration in his hands there. Feels like a pack of bees stinging you when you get jammed like that. That one skipped in there. Comes all the way to the backstop. 5-4 game. DeSoto led 5-2 going into the last inning, but the Pioneers fought back. Chopped to Davis. Stays fair. Throw on to first with plenty of time. Aaron Phillips nearly going in the full splits to come up with that one.
I mean, he just trapped that ball. That ball had no chance of escape.
Athletic play over there at first by number 31. And now Shoemaker, one batter away from a 1-2-3 inning.
He home run Tucker Lee, two-run home run in his last at bat. So
That one misses low. Line drive will get into the glove of Frankie Giammalvo. 1-2-3 inning that will send the scoreless streak to 8 this season. We will stretch here in the first city in between the top and bottom half of the fifth.
And Anthony Giammalva is back. He made the small error to let the runner on base, but he has singled in the first inning and grounded out in the second. Grounded out to the third baseman.
Giammalva leading off in a one-run ball game.
And he is hit.
Good way to start for the Pioneers on the base paths. I'm sure he would probably like to get aboard another way. But his brother Frankie Giammalva is not complaining as he will step into the right-handed batter's box with a chance to do some damage.
I mean, I would have the big brother bear out here just hoping to crank a home run after I see my little brother get hit.
Yeah, that's the sibling gene. You do not want to see your own blood get plunked. And so maybe a little bit of anger. Instead, he'll just lay down a bunt. DeSoto's not done a good job at covering that today. Thankfully for them, it will roll foul. Leavenworth has really adopted the small ball mindset in the fourth and the fifth inning, and it's helped them get back into this game. They currently only trail by 1. And in a game that's seen 3 lead changes, the greatest lead so far has been 3 runs. That was the 5-2 DeSoto lead a second ago. So it's been close all night, just like it was back on March 28th. Check down to first will send Giammalva back in there on a dive. Frankie Giammalva, bat cocked up behind the back of his helmet. Throw down to second, and getting in there safely just below the tag is Anthony Giammalva. Excellent job diving in there. And now Frankie has a runner in scoring position.
The weather has severely dropped to 59 and cloudy with a wind chill. That makes it feel like 22 degrees, it seems to us, as we're sitting out here in a t-shirt and some sweatpants.
Official feels like temperature is 49, but 22 really sells the story. If you told me it was freezing, I'd believe you. Even worse for the players out there. Giammalva without any arm sleeves.
I think the catcher
Well,
might
without
have
any
the
arm
worst.
sleeve on his left arm. He does have an arm sleeve on that right arm. But that's more for the compression rather than cold protection. Noah Davis getting set in the on-deck circle. He'll have a good look at the righty. Anthony Giammalva with a big lead. He will dive back in there, nearly throwing it into center field was Norman. That one just seemed to roll off his middle finger there, as it was not a clean throw at all down to second.
I mean, you have a very athletic second baseman on both sides. Anthony Giammalva getting into second base. himself, and then the second baseman able to recover that play on what would have been a third base stand up.
Frankie Giammalva in the box. Opposite field, line drive. Coming around third to score is Anthony Giammalva. The throw is cut off. Standing up and rumbling around third. Anthony Giammalva comes across to make this a tie ball game. Score will reset essentially 0-0 as the Pioneers have a runner aboard here in the bottom of inning number 5.
Anthony Giammalva absolutely flew. I don't know if you guys were watching, but he came around that base like he was on a bullet train. He had a mission and he flew.
Excellent read there from him. From our angle, it looked like that one could have gotten snared by the second baseman Martinez, but Giammalva read it right off the bat and never slowed down. We will take a quick break as the DeSoto Wildcats will make a pitching change in a tie game here in the First City.
And we're back in the bottom of the fifth tie ball game. Frankie Giammalva on first, and the pitching change for Lindsay, number 9.
This could be the best chance left for the Pioneers to win it. That one misses high. We get later into this ball game, Brennan, the tension starts to rise, and this is the right man at the plate. Right on left matchup, Noah Davis, the team RBI leader.
Lots of grass out there, so you don't have to worry about hitting a car.
That one, curveball. Giammalva into second. Excellent throw, but it didn't quite get him in there just outside the tag.
The 1-1 count on Noah Davis.
Caden Lindsay on the mound for the Wildcats. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lindsay coming home with it. Swung on, just trying to get his timing right. Sends one over back towards the softball fields.
Noah Davis showing his power against Topeka West it looks like he just threw the bat out there and then the ball went 330 feet over the fence.
It just shows how much strength he has. He can miss on a ball and still do a lot of damage on it, even if it's not a perfect on the swing meter. Check on down to second. Nothing too serious to put Giammalva in danger, just keeping him honest down there after the stolen base. Hit by pitch and the RBI single has already sent one runner across to tie the game. Nobody out for Noah Davis. 1-2. Misses inside. That one would have hurt if it had got him on the shins, but able to get out of the way with his quick feet there.
I definitely would have done the Michael Jackson move if there was no avoiding that one and let it hopefully skim me off the calves. I mean, the shins are a bad place to get hit with the baseball.
Count is even. Swung on and fouled away. Noah Davis continues the battle. Davis just waiting for that pitch that he can drive. We all know he can do it. He already has an RBI on the day as he drove Anthony Giammalva home in the first. Trying to drive Frankie home here. Lindsay from the stretch misses inside, and now the count is full. It doesn't get more dramatic than this. Bottom of the fifth inning, tie ball game. Count is full with a runner in scoring position.
Wide
Lindsay
open gaps in the outfield.
gets the sign from his catcher. Comes home with it. Swing and a miss. Noah Davis goes down on strikes. One away for the Pioneers. He had his moment there but couldn't deliver.
The story is not over yet for this Pioneer baseball team as you have the all-state 5A Kansas hit leader. So, I mean, I would not be upset after the first out of the inning.
And he's due, Brennan. In each of his first two plate appearances, he has yet to record a hit. And coming into the matchup with a .577 batting average, you know it's coming. Runner at second represents the go-ahead run. First pitch misses outside. Gabe Fryman taking his practice swings.
Oliver Rambo in the dugout.
The pitch. Watches it go by for a strike. When you think about how much this game means, the search for their first ever win against DeSoto since they began their annual schedule in 2019. The chance to represent the late Chuck Rambo and Tank Foreman on Military Appreciation Night. And even just on the individual game level, the chance to slide up the UKC standings. They've beat every team in the conference that they've faced at least once, except for Piper and DeSoto. They could change that with the win tonight. Swung on and ripped up to center. It will hang up there just long enough for the play to be made by Jack Cole. And now there are two gone with Mr. Clutch himself, Carter Pro.
I mean, he had the walk-off in the Lansing game to only come away 1-0. And, I mean, the score is 5s all across this board right now.
Gabe Fryman getting robbed again as he has just been whacking the ball all night. Hasn't been able to get one to drop.
Carter
Pro. That one misses high. He's 2 for 2, so Lindsay's going to be pitching him a little bit carefully here. Another note about Pro. He has faced all three pitchers in his 3 different at-bats. First look at Lindsay after getting knocks off of Boyer and Norman. Popped up in foul territory with just enough room to make the catch. Wiegman, an outstanding play. Again, we've seen it all night. He has been really the only reason DeSoto is still in this ball game. 5-5 score. The 11-6 Pioneers are trying to draw even in the Kansas Conference standings with DeSoto. 5-5 game. We go to the top of the 6th.
And we're back in the top of the 6th. as the throwdown from Julian Simon goes to start the inning. Tucker Lee home run in his last at bat.
Just last inning, too. Or 2 innings ago. Shoemaker on the hill. He's pitched 8 scoreless innings this year.
Definitely trying to make a statement for himself as they have run ruled the two teams that he has pitched in.
First time facing some real competition, Brennan. And I think he's lived up to the task so far.
I mean,
1, 2, 3. In fact, his last inning was the only time in this entire ballgame that DeSoto went down in order. He has been the most efficient pitcher by far between him and Pierce Gray, anyway. 3-0 count, not so much. And ball 4 on a pitch that I thought looked like it got a good bit of the plate. I think the umpire, just wanting to speed this at bat along, gave him the free pass.
the time is 8:22. Runner on first, top of the sixth.
Coming up on about 2 hours of game time. Plenty of offense, but it hasn't really felt like a shootout, Brennan. It's been a good kind of offense where both sides have traded punches. Again, the 3 lead changes. And Shoemaker, as he'll throw down, he would be in line for the win if he could finish this inning and the bats come up behind him to make a statement.
I mean, the bats seem to be waking up in the middle of the order from the 2 hole to the 7 hole, so
He's 1-0 so far this year. Yet to record a save. That is something that he could put together. He came in the top of the 5th, and so he could achieve that rare 3-inning save and the win. This one will go down to Shoemaker. Good job fielding it. Sets his feet. Throw on to first. Sacrifice is successful to send Tucker Lee down to second.
definitely a smart play. I mean, it was between Shoemaker and Simon on who got the ball, and Braden picked it up. He saw that there was no play at second as the DeSoto coach is giving signs to the bottom of the order.
You got to think that Martinez, who is yet to record a knock today, he might be bunting again here. He struck out and walked in his first 2 PAs. First pitch misses. Shoemaker did a good job at just pounding the plate in his last inning of work. Has not had as much success finding the zone here. The pitch.
The slide step falls for ball 2.
Working from behind is never where you want to find yourself on the bump. But Shoemaker looking to feed off the pressure. First relief outing of the season. In there for a strike. 2-1 from Braden Shoemaker on Nico Martinez, the 9-hole hitter. This is not a guy you can afford to put on. You have to finish this at bat. The pitch just misses outside. Shoemaker checks down to second. He'll make a throw down there, and that one looked like it was going into center field. A little bit fortunate that that one got a piece of wide on.
Slow down the speed on the bases.
Good job keeping him honest. Excuse me, not wide on. Tucker Lee down there at second. He advanced after the sacrifice bunt. Martinez with a 3-1 hitter's count. Jack Cole on deck. The leadoff hitter is yet to get a hit today. That one misses for ball 4. Getting squeezed there. And now runners are at first and second for the hitless Jack Cole. One away, runners at first and second. And now Bodie will head back out to the hill to have a chat with the righty. And he will take the ball. That will do it for Braden Shoemaker. 1 inning of work, and he will get 1 out, so 1 1/3 innings total. Carter Pro will come into the ball game. He has been the go-to man in these late game situations.
The dominant pitcher and the clutch hitter.
Carter Pro.
Such a good song.
And Carter Pro comes in to pitch for the Leavenworth Pioneers. Braden Shoemaker not giving up any runs in his relief.
Both runners on second do belong to him, though. So Carter Pro will look to work out of the inherited traffic. He's not just pitching for himself or for the team, but also for his buddy Braden Shoemaker. His season scoreless streak is on the line if either of those runners come across to score. Tie ball game, as this one is fouled away.
Carter Pro has definitely shown up in times needed. I mean, him and Pierce Gray just giving the 1-2 punch at a majority of games, and Carter Pro hopefully able to close out this bottom of the top of the sixth and then the top of the seventh as well.
That one fouled away.
0-2 is the count.
This is why I just love these conference games. It carries a little bit extra, especially under the lights on a night like tonight. Carter Pro on the hill.
Definitely gonna go for his nasty changeup here. I'd like to place a bet with you, David, that is the pitch. As that one is fouled off again.
I will collect my cash, Brennan, as he was late on the fastball. But that could be a good setup, as the count remains 0-2. That changeup has got to be coming.
Carter Pro is yet to throw anything questionable to the umpire. I mean, he has gotten every single strike call with the help of the foul balls, too.
Not getting squeezed as much as his buddy Shuby was. This one, sharp liner on the ground to first. The 3-4-3 double play, not quite in time, but the runner will advance to third, and two are gone. Runner at the corner, runners at the corners. That one, Phillips, great turn there to Giamalva, but it just wasn't quite in time.
Too much commotion there as Bo Wignum is coming up, the star first baseman.
This is a scary guy to face, Brennan.
Coach Bodie, the head coach, calling the first and third plays. As that one is strike one, blown right by him. No chance even if he wanted to swing that. As everybody in this Pioneer baseball complex is getting a little fired up due to the intensity of this game as
Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. And it is not gonna get corralled. It looks like Anthony and Frank Giamalva weren't quite sure who that throw was going to. Neither of them knew who was going to cover, and they kind of collided a little bit.
a common smart play for these first and third situations is to have the second baseman crash, and I don't think Anthony cheated enough. But Carter Pro working with the 0-2 pitch.
Low. Runners at second and third. But all that matters to Carter Pro on the rubber is the man standing 60 feet and 6 inches away from him at the dish. Number 7 deals. Just missed low. Even count. 2 gone. 5-5 tie ball game. And the top of inning number 6. The pitch to Wiegman. Swing and a miss! Carter Pro sets him down swinging. What a pitch as he blows the fastball by him. Oh my goodness, Brennan. That is the kind of heat that you cannot catch up to, even if you are the best hitter on your team.
That slide step too. I mean, you don't know if he's gonna lift his leg and throw as hard as possible. But Carter Pro doesn't even need the leg lift when he has that beautiful slide step and throws absolute gas either way.
Carter Pro playing the baseball's mental side just as much as the physical side, and he puts out the fire, keeping this game tied. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 5-5 in the first city.
And we're back in the bottom of the 6th as Davin Kuntz himself leads the bottom of the 6th off. Definitely high tensions here.
And Davin Kuntz in the batter's box as he will foul one away. New arm on the mound for the Wildcats. 4th one they've gone to in this game. All righties. Or the 3rd arm they've went to, but all 3 of them have been righties. Lindsay is still on there. That one missing outside.
1-1 the count. Davin Kuntz hoping to find a way just to reach a base. Definitely have a major shift from this Wildcat team.
Swung on and hit to the opposite field. Getting under it and making the backpedaling catch is Cole. Davin Kuntz sent that one on a ride, but that one was caught just shy of the track. Aaron Phillips into the box. He walked in his first plate appearance, but he grounded out in the 4th.
Aaron Phillips, home run power and potential. I mean, before a home run, David, I would say just find a way to get on base.
Next man up mentality is what the Pioneers have been doing all day, and you've seen it with the bunts, with the sacrifices, with the steals. Putting the ball in play is how you win this ball game. Swing and a miss. 0-2 count to number 31, the starting first baseman on the day for the Leavenworth Pioneers in their debut performance with the olive green tops. The pitch swung on and chopped over to third. Throw will get him in plenty of time, and just like that, two are retired. Mason Shoemaker, 0 for 2 so far, looking to reverse his fortunes here, and what better time to do it? Left on right matchup. And Brennan, here's a bit of a wild card for you. With that extreme shift, maybe try to put down a bunt.
I mean, definitely an option. As Mason Shoemaker does that beautifully, and he digs it out.
Throw on to first is not in time. Pioneers have a runner aboard. Go ahead and give me my fortune teller's license. I might be a prophet, Brennan. I mean, when you're leaving one of the fastest runners on this team that much space open, you're essentially just handing it to him on a platter.
I wouldn't say that there is anybody on this team who is slow on the bases. Some of them are faster than others, yes, but Mason Shoemaker is not one to sleep on just because he's at the bottom of the order. He is still crazy fast on the bases.
Infield single puts a man on for Julian Simon. He homered against Piper, who has been the toughest opponent the Pioneers have faced all season. They're ranked number 5 in Kansas 5A, top of the Kansas Conference, UKC, United Kansas Conference. And Julian Simon was able to take them deep. And so, why can't he do it here on a Monday night under the lights against DeSoto? Check down to first.
Plenty of time to get back for Mason Shoemaker. I mean, his toes were practically on the bag, and his whole body was going towards the first base coach house.
2 away. Simon at the plate. Another check down, not in time to get Shoemaker as he is back into the bag easily.
Not a single pitch thrown to Julian Simon quite yet, as hopefully this will be the first one. Mason Shoemaker is making sure to get into his head.
Simon keeps the bat on his shoulders. Throw down to second with plenty of time, but bobbling the transfer and not able to get the tag down is Martinez. Shoemaker in there at second. The go-ahead run in the bottom of the 6th is in scoring position for one of the most consistent bats in the Pioneer lineup.
Coming out of his slump, Julian Simon has found ways to get the job done.
He's 0 for 2 on the day, but he did get on board on a hit by pitch. Base hit. No, it gets caught out there on a line. The right fielder able to get it with just about a couple inches between his glove and the grass. Due up for the DeSoto Wildcats, 1, 2, 3 in the order. Cole, Wiegman, and Hopkins as we go to the 7th inning. We might have free baseball for you as we go to the 7th.
And we're back in the top of the seventh with the one and only David Lee Kemp and the true one and only mythical Carter Pro on the mound.
Man, he has been such a key member of this staff all season for the Pioneers. Just playing the role of the firefighter. He stranded two, keeping his buddy Shoemaker's scoreless inning streak alive. And on the mound, he has just been dealing as always. First pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. For those of you who may be just joining, it is a 5-5 ball game here in inning number 7. That one gets ripped out to center field. Fryman back to the wall, and that one will hop into his glove. Throwing it in, runner takes a hard turn and will stay put at second. Good job getting the ball back into the infield quickly, but the Wildcats are threatening with a runner in scoring position. Leadoff double. Leadoff double for Kean Hopkins.
The cleanup hitter only has one single and got hosed by Julian Simon. So
Pro. Traffic behind him. Focusing on the batter at hand. Good play down there, but not quite getting the tag down is Giamalva.
it was almost there. Maybe if his fingers were a little bit shorter, then that would have been gone.
Nothing count. Still waiting for the first pitch of the AB. Pro keeping a close eye over there. Showing bunt and pulling back for ball 1 is number 20, Thompson.
The coach is giving signs. It looks like a butt steal might be coming.
Go ahead runner at second. Pro taking a second to gather his thoughts as Thompson will receive the signs.
It seems like the Pioneer baseball team has figured out DeSoto's signs as a potential hit and run is coming.
Bunt shown and called for a strike. 1-1 on Thompson. Sitting there at second after the leadoff double is Hopkins. You know, you never want to start an inning with hard contact. But if there's one guy I would trust to get out of it unfazed, it would be this man right here, number 7, Carter Pro, on the rubber. Hard line drive, just over the head of Anthony Giamalva. Throw will come in. Runners go first to third, nobody out. This is a situation where I think if I'm Bodie, you might want to intentionally walk Perky. I don't know that he will, but the guys behind him haven't been particularly productive today. After you get through Perky, only 4 combined hits of the next 4 batters, so they've each only really hit singles, although I guess you wouldn't want to face Tucker Lee again, who did go yard. First pitch in there for a strike.
I mean, to counter your argument, David, I would just say let Carter Pro eat. I mean, he has done a great job as that one is fouled right towards the lawn chairs fans.
That one's scary for anyone sitting right along the net.
But that one is a happy day for Carter Pro as he works the count to 0-2. Hopefully he can get him on a little kick change.
Double play is in order, but that would surrender a run. Pro hoping to just finish the AB right here, get another whiff. Hopkins at first. Swing! Is not going to come as he watches strike 3 go by for a backwards K. Got a little ahead of myself there, Brennan, but Carter Pro staying in the moment for the strike.
Up the middle would be ideal for this Pioneer baseball team, but they would have to ensure that it would turn 2. No mistakes allowed here, as this is the final hitting.
That one is low. 5-5 ball game. Carter Pro on the hill. You would love a double play ball right here, but unless it's tailor-made, I think you've got to come home with it. Fly ball likely to score the runner. Fryman will come to the cutoff man. And not able to make the relay in time is Giammalva. Pioneers trailing 6-5 now on the sacrifice fly. Good piece of sound hitting at the plate from Cryer. And now Tucker Lee will step into the box. DeSoto has taken back the lead. Fourth lead change of the ball game.
I mean, if I was the Pioneer baseball team, you have the top of the order here and ready to work. So I wouldn't be too upset about this. As that one looked right down the middle to me, but the umpire says no, 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 hold your horses, and that one is called for ball one.
Maybe not quite over the plate in his eyes. 6-5 game, 2 gone. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Leavenworth trying to break their 13 losses in a row streak against the Wildcats. They have had the Pioneers' number. But tonight they've put up a significantly better fight than we've seen in past years. Even their last game, a 4-2 affair. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Pro trying to strand the runner on first. Already has blown the tie game, but just trying to limit the damage. Pitch from Pro. Right down the middle for a called strike 3.
Main Street is here.
Leavenworth Pioneers currently trailing 6-5, but Anthony Giammalva, Frank Giammalva, and Noah Davis are due up in the bottom half of the 7th inning. We've got Monday Night Baseball. This is the place to be in Leavenworth, Kansas, as it's all going to come down to this. We will be right back. Anthony Giammalva into the right-handed batter's box. He is 1 for 2 on the day and came across to score in the first and the 5th. He was hit by a pitch in his last AB. Anthony, Frank, and Noah due up. Shows bunt. Good idea, as the Wildcats have not done a good job at defending that today.
Goosebumps on everybody out here as it is progressively getting colder.
And the atmosphere is more tense. Another bunt pulled back by Anthony Giammalva. 6-5 game.
I mean, definitely just scares the pitcher knowing he has to cover some ground in his job too.
Leavenworth trailing in a situation where they're trying to move up the standings. 11-6 record so far. Another pitch misses, and now, as Lindsay has already learned, the Pioneers are prone to punishing leadoff walks.
Scored 2 runs the last time this happened.
Ant shows bunt again, pulls back, but this time it did catch the zone for a strike. Yet to take the bat off of his shoulder here. Has not swung in this at-bat. 3 balls, 1 strike. Lindsay deals. inside for ball 4, and the Pioneers get the leadoff runner aboard. Frank Giamalva. The objective here is simple. Put the ball in play, but Brennan, this is the kind of guy that could end it with one swing. The
I mean,
team leader in home runs.
Frank Giammalva is the most dangerous person. As Noah Davis is off in the corner, putting some more pine tar to get that extra grip.
Noah Davis, more of the quiet character in the clubhouse, but all he does is rake. He could be the guy to end this one as he's sitting on deck, as Frank Giamalva represents the potential winning run. Anthony Giamalva on first base.
I mean, I think all Frank needs to do is just drive one right out to right field. I mean, if it he can hit it straight up in the air, and with this wind making us all cold over here in the stands, I mean, only wonder what the wind can do for them.
Pitch. First pitch, bunted foul. 8:52 p.m. We have eclipsed the 2-hour mark in this ball game. Frankie Giamalva at the plate. Noah Davis on deck with Gabe Fryman in the hole. Throw down to check on Giamalva at first.
The younger Giammalva.
Lots of red hair and buzz cuts to deal with, as that is just gotta be getting in Lindsey's head here. Probably his most dramatic outing of the season. Definitely the most dramatic for the Pioneers at the plate. Missing low, and the count is even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Against common opponents, Leavenworth has already beaten Shawnee Heights once, who DeSoto got swept by. So they have shown the poise to beat similar teams of similar quality. Lindsey checks down to first. No tag applied. That one wasn't really supposed to catch him stranded. It was just trying to keep him honest, Brennan.
I mean, I definitely think that this
7th year competing in the United Kansas Conference. DeSoto is the lone team that the Pioneers are yet to beat. Could they end that here tonight? Frank Giamalva is 2 for 3 on the day. Before coming into this one, had a 386 batting average with a 446 on base percentage. He just lives in pitchers' heads. He is an impossible person to put away. And again, as we've mentioned multiple times already, the team home run leader, you know that's got to be in the back of Lindsey's head.
I mean, if I was Lindsey, I would be squeaking on my boots.
The pitch swung on, and the hit and run attempt, good idea, but not able to time up the changeup. Off-speed pitch for Frankie Giamalva. Those are the kinds of pitches that when he's expecting it, he rakes, but he was definitely sitting fastball there. Count is 1-2 on the starting shortstop. Number 9, Lindsey on the hill. Another check down. Pioneer dugout is getting raucous. They are chirping, hooting, hollering. They are having a good time down there. Anthony Giamalva represents the tying run. He is on base. Frank Giamalva, the potential walk-off run at the plate. Lindsey's 1-2 offering. Swung on and chopped to third. Throw on to first is in time, but the tying run advances to scoring position with number 17, Noah Davis, at the plate.
He homered against Topeka West, the last home game that was here. And there's no reason to see why he can't do it again.
If there's anything we've learned about streaming the Pioneers this year, it's that Noah Davis likes to look good on TV. And if he could do that here, as the DeSoto coaching staff perhaps having the same thoughts as we did, going out there yet again in this inning to have a chat with Lindsay. Quick game recap. DeSoto struck first with 1 run in the top of the first. Leavenworth immediately fought back with the run in the bottom of the first. Leavenworth then took a 2-1 lead before falling behind on home runs in the third and the fourth, as DeSoto pulled ahead 5-2. But Leavenworth, after clawing back to tie the game, lost that tie score in the top of the seventh via the the Tanner Cryer sac fly. And now, with the tying run at second base and the Pioneers' most prolific power hitter at the plate in a left-on-right matchup, Leavenworth has a chance to make history here tonight at home in front of the crowd wrapped up in blankets and hoodies.
And I mean, you know the saying, the faster the ball comes in, the faster the ball goes out. Noah Davis didn't follow that saying in his homer against Topeka West, as if you stuck around for that post-game interview, very blatantly just said the ball was just slow, so he didn't even think that it was going to go out. But Noah Davis, able to hit just about any ball that comes his way, struck out his last at-bat, but that does not say that he cannot do it and change the table for this Pioneer baseball team.
6-5 score. Leavenworth, in a season that has been undeniably the best season in athletics history. They had boys and girls Raider National Championships, but then as far as conference play in the team sports, they have had one of the best baseball teams. They made the deepest playoff runs in basketball since joining the conference, and in football, they had the most wins ever with a 9-2 season, beating DeSoto for the first time in history. Baseball, with two sport athletes, Julian Simon, Aaron Phillips, and Frankie Giamalva, trying to follow up on some of that magic. This is the loudest I think I have ever heard this ballpark, Brennan.
The crowd is roaring, and Noah Davis knows what is on the plate.
First pitch inside. Ball 1 to number 17. Anthony Giamalva just 2 bags away from sending us to extra innings. Noah Davis 4 bags away from sending us home. Swing and a drive out to center field. Tagging is Giamalva. He will go. The throw in is not in time. 90 feet away. All it would take to tie this game is a base hit or a wild pitch. And who better to come up in this scenario than Gabe Fryman, the 5A hits leader in the state of Kansas. He is due here tonight. He walked in the third, he walked in the fourth, and coming into this matchup with a 577 batting average.
Runner on third.
2 outs. The ball game comes down to this.
Fresh count.
First pitch in there for a strike. Tying run 90 feet away. It all comes down to this for number 9. Pitch. Swung on and hit down the first baseline and just outside the bag. Pioneers are down to their last strike here at home. 6-5 score. DeSoto in front, but Leavenworth trying to change that here. Gabe Fryman at the plate.
The man to do it.
Pitch. Swung on and hit to the opposite field, and that one will get caught. DeSoto wins it 6-5 in a heart-wrenching loss from the very beginning with the opening ceremonies. Pioneers can't quite get it done here as they had a lot of fight in them. After falling behind 5-2, they battled back to tie things up in the bottom of the fifth, but just couldn't quite close it out. The tying run left stranded 90 feet away with Giamalva, Davis, and Fryman going down in order. Brennan, lots of encouraging things to see here tonight, but still, the Pioneers find themselves in the loss column. 14th time in a row that has happened against DeSoto. You got to think they're going to break through one of these days, but today was not that day.
I mean, I definitely think that there's a playoff game from these two teams coming up. I smell it in the air. The wind is blowing into my mind saying that there's going to be a playoff game between these two teams.
Well, the wind isn't just blowing in your mind, it's blowing all over the stands, as you can see the American flag waving wildly in the background. We will go ahead and pack up here. The DeSoto Wildcats find themselves on the right side of this one, 6-5 over the Leavenworth Pioneers at home. We will see you again tomorrow night as the Pioneers host the Topeka Seaman High School. Meanwhile, the DeSoto Wildcats will be going back to their home as well to continue their 13-win campaign. Alongside everyone here at Leavenworth High School, alongside Brennan Spalding here in the booth, and Miss Waters, our production engineer, we thank you for watching, and go buy a yearbook.